Welcome back. I am doing something a little different today, at least for this part. I am going to be talking about all things that happen in space. Since I am a very avid person in space and space things, rockets, science, technology, anything like that. So, I am going to do that. But before I get started, let me make sure everything is working right now. Yes, you're seeing my desktop right now, so I'm trying to be careful not to show anything that is reveal stuff, but that's just me. So this is a new segment that I am trying to do. So hopefully you guys like this segment. We'll be talking about the James Webb Space Telescope discoveries and the first images that we've been received. Also, we'll be talking about SpaceX anomaly that they had yesterday with Booster 7. So we'll be talking a lot about that. So we will see how this goes. Okay. I've been on Twitter, so I've been checking a lot of things. And I might show something on Twitter as well about the anomalies and stuff that they posted that's on Twitter. But for now, what you see in front of you is the first image that was released during the White House press briefing last night by President Biden. This is the SMAX 0723. And what you see there this is NASA state. I'm going to be talking about what the image is of, and then NASA's statement and what my thoughts are about it, if that makes sense. So this is NASA's statement. Thousands of galaxies, including the faintest objects ever observed in the infrared, have appeared in Webb's view for the first time. This slice of vast universe covers a patch of sky approximately the size of a grain of sand held at arm's length by someone on the ground. So, yeah. There's a lot of galaxy in here. And the first thing, this is actually what one of my friends noticed, was that the light in this photo has been somewhat distorted by gravitational pull of the galaxies. We're not sure what that means, but because based off of what you see, some of these galaxies look like it's being pulled by other galaxies. The way I made a comparison of it being like how we have a natural satellite, meaning the moon, being held by Earth's gravity, therefore able to orbit around the Earth. That's the comparison I made with possibly these galaxies pulling onto each other by the gravitational pull. Though she said it could be other types of gravitational pull, not with the comparison that I made, but in terms of different types of gravitational pull. So that's the first thing that my friend and I noticed, that the light was somewhat distorted. Another thing about this image that we received was that how clear some of these galaxies are seen. That we can actually see some of these galaxies that are so clear. And there are different types of galaxy. This is a spiral one. But yeah, we could see how some of these galaxies seem so clear to us. I mean, we could see a lot of them. By NASA's statement, there are 1,000 of them. So, that's my thought on it, is that there's a lot of galaxies and some are clear as day. And we will be making a comparison with Hubble Space Telescope and James Webb Telescope towards the end because of the last image that NASA released today. But this is the one that was released last night during the White House press briefing, and basically a sneak peek of what's to come earlier this morning. So, let's get on to the second thing that they know. This is the second photo. It's not really an image from the Webb Space Telescope, but it's an instrument that is on the telescope that can measure the atmospheric composition by light. So this is the JWST 96b, which is a hot gas giant exoplanet. And let me pull up my notes. What NASA said. NASA said the observation which reveals the presence of specific gas molecules based on tiny decreases in the brightness of precise colors of light is the most detailed of its kind to date, demonstrating Webb's unprecedented ability to analyze atmospheres hundreds of light years away. So, this one, you can see there's a model based on the data that they received off of the atmospheric composition of the amount of light that's been blocked, as you can see here, and the wavelength of light in microns. They have noticed there is some form of atmospheric rich water in some parts of this data. Not all of the data shows that, but in like 4 key points here, where most of these data are like so close to each other, and I realize it's water. It's a hot gas giant. Whereas you can see the particles over here are so spread apart. I don't remember what they said, how they figured out what the length of light. I had to go look into it more. But this is what they used to determine. This is just like a little test file thing that they pulled out, and they realized that it actually works, and 2, that they found more water, which is confirmed by Hubble's imagery of showing water on this specific gas exoplanet many years ago. I did not need to enlarge this photo because I already did. Okay, the third image is the Southern Ring Nebula, which is here. Now, let me do a full screen real quick so you guys can see it better. You guys are more than welcome to talk and check about everything. I know I'm going through this kind of quickly, but this is very interesting to me. Okay, they're both the same images of the Southern Ring Nebula. NASA said there are 2 cameras on board the Webb telescope that captured the latest image of the planetary nebula, cataloged as NGC 3132, known as Southern Ring Nebula. This is approximately 2,500 light years away, or 2,500 light years away from Earth. So, they mentioned 2 cameras. The one on the left, which is the one that you see on the left side, that is regular color camera that we see on the left. On the right side is using the Webb Space Telescope infrared camera. And the first thing that they noticed in comparison to these 2 photos is that you see there's 1 star on this left side. With the infrared, they were able to see 2 stars. This is a red dwarf star that they are able to see. They also saw another star here, which you can barely see over here. That is actually not part of this nebula. It's just outside the nebula. They mentioned that in the stream today, even though it was very scubbed. But at least we got these images. So, now you also mentioned the rippling that you can see at the outer parts of it, like a shockwave of the stars being born. Or being formed. So, we will be seeing a lot more things on shockwave, which will be the next thing. So, this is the 4th image. No, I lied. This is the 3rd image that they released. No, I don't really. I'm calling this the 2nd one because the exoplanet was just a data graph thing, not really an image, but it's alright. Sorry, I got a text. Why am I getting... Why is it every time that I stream, I get something slammed? Anyways, so they have seen some waves and ripples on the outside part of this nebula, possibly showing the force of that are exerted when stars are formed. Now, we are going to be moving on to this one, which is quite interesting to me. This is called the Stephan's Quintet, meaning there are 5 main cluster. What, Nordic? We need help with. So these are the 5 main clusters. So NASA says sparkling clusters of millions of young stars and starburst regions of fresh star birth grace the image. Sweeping tails of gas, dust, and stars are being pulled from several of the galaxies due to gravitational interactions. Most dramatically, you get what I mean. Webb captures the huge shock waves as one of the galaxies, the NGC 7318b, smashes through the cluster. Nordic, I need a name for it. Kai? Kai, or... I don't know. Kai is the first name that comes up to mind. Nordic. So there are 5 galaxies here. Quintet means 5. So there's one here, one that's smashing through is the one that they're talking about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this specific galaxy is smashing through the clusters, causing a shock wave, which you can see on the outside, and interfering with this galaxy gravitational pull, as you can see on the back side of it, and also interfering with this. You can see there's a little of a distortion of it. What's the word? Basically circling each other in a circle, almost. That's what NASA noticed. This is unaffected because it's too far away. Nordic! Oh. Did you try Lucify? Lucivei? Did you try that one? Anyways. So, you can see a streak of tail when that galaxy basically pushed through this whole cluster and distorting it in a way that you can see a shockwave. Okay, but if you want to, I didn't mention this earlier, I should have. If you really want to see where I got these images from, !JWST, there'll be a link to the NASA's page on all the images that they have released so far, and you can download it yourself like I had here, and you can zoom in, look at it, stuff like that. So, yeah. So, they're basically smashing into each other through the gravitational pull of each other and distorting the gravitational pull of each other. Basically what they have. Now, the next one is very, very interesting. This one is the one that they saved for last, which I agreed. This was like the best one for last. You will compare. I will say it. This is the Carina Nebula. And this may look familiar to you guys, because Hubble took a picture of this a long, long time ago. I forgot what year. I didn't type in the specification of the year, but I do have the photo from Hubble, which we will compare soon. Okay. NASA's statement on this was known as the cosmic eclipse, Webb's seemingly three-dimensional picture looks like like craggy mountains on a moonlit evening. In reality, it is the edge of the giant gaseous cavity within NGC 3324. Excuse me. And the tallest peaks in this image are about 7 light years high. The cavernous area have been carved from the nebula by the intense UV radiation, UV, aka ultraviolet radiation, and stellar winds from extremely massive hot young stars located in the center of the bubble above the area in this image. So this is basically the birthplace of new stars in this nebula. So there are some details that they mentioned in the stream with these peaks in this cloudless environment. This is the one that most people recognize from Hubble. And there are a bunch of stars that we couldn't see from previously. Now, to compare, let's bring up Hubble's comparison. Let me just do that. Okay, the one on the top is the Hubble Space Telescope picture photo of this Carina Nebula. Below is from the James Webb Telescope. This just shows how powerful the infrared camera is and how it is useful for us. So, if you go to Hubble, we see that same feature here and here. But we only see a few hundreds of stars here. Whereas here, we see thousands and thousands of stars that are being born that we did not even see as previously. Take to note that humans can't see infrared lighting on the light scale. We can only see color. Hubble only had color camera on the telescope. James Webb Telescope has both color and infrared. Infrared is just based on what we found from Hubble. We realized that there may be some infrared light in space that we could not see physically. So what they did was put an infrared camera on the James Webb Telescope to basically prove their theory that there is infrared lighting in space, which is true. As we can see, there are more stars in the pictures that we could not see as previously. Another thing to note is the defining features of this little cloud thing that we see. They mention mountains, which we can see on here and a little bit up here. Whereas in Hubble, we can see some about here, but this one has more sharper detail to this. And I'm sure there'll be multiple science papers on these photos, more research will be done in the coming years, which I probably will end up going over for the next, they said 25 years estimation of how long this mission might last. But yeah, this is just a sign of incredible things for James Webb Telescope to see in the future and what we will see in the next coming weeks. It's so amazing how science and technology has improved and how many more discoveries that we will be seeing. That's all I have on the James Webb Telescope. I guess until more science comes and more researchers come up with new theories and stuff, we can go over it and stuff like that. Alrighty. Let me be right back for a second, and we will go over the Booster 7 thing. For this, we will be going to Twitter for this. Specifically, let me find the tweet real quick. Give me a second while I find the tweet that goes with it. Because there was so many tweets. Actually, let me go to NASA spaceflight because I know I can't use their videos and stuff because that's part of their copyright thing, and it will call copyright. Hence why I'm not showing the video of what happened. If you're curious about what happened, exclamation mark SpaceX in the chat, and there'll be a link to the video. Let me scroll down. This is from Chris Virgin. About what happened. So basically, there was an explosion during testing that made me I thought they literally had a static fire, but no, it was supposed to be a pre-burner, something like that, and it basically, instead of a normal pre-burn, like a little bit of flame, no, it was a huge explosion. This doesn't show it very well. Oh, come on. And I'm putting all my things to NASA Spaceflight, which is a company that does photos and videos and stuff like that. Okay. This is the aftermath of what happened. So this is the aftermath of the fire. The Raptor engines look okay so far. Basically. Like I said, all credits are to NASA Spaceflight. So there was a big fire that had, well, not really big fire, but there was a small fire on the other side of the pad that happened. Yeah, this is the video that I have posted in the chat. If you guys want to watch it, go ahead. So, there's a fire right here that they mentioned. Just off to the right of this launch tower. And basically under the tower. There it is, the replay. So, there's a big explosion that caused it. And that shook the vehicle, one of the vehicles that was near it. Like I said, all credit to NASA Spaceflight. I've also retweeted some of these onto my Twitter account, so yeah. At first I thought there was going to be a cryo testing, but the base of this Elon saying that it was a pre-burner. I can do tweets and replies, please. So, after the fire was put out by their fire drone, Elon mentioned that the base of the vehicle seems okay by flashlight. I was just out there about an hour ago. We shut down the pad for the night for the safety. We will know more in the morning. Oh, James Webb Telescope stuff. He thought it was supposed to be normal, Dane. That's about it. He mentioned it was not. It was an anomaly. Teams are investigating. We'll know more later. I don't. Yeah, NASA's posting all the things, and this is what the James Webb Telescope looks like. Well, not in its completed form, but yeah. Lots of space things. So I might as well just go through to it right now, see if there's anything new. Now, this is my favorite photo for so far. Like, it's so cool, and you can see details and stuff in it. That's the teams talking about it, scientists who started it, who actually did appear on stream. Oh, this is the aftermath from Lab Padre. That what the vehicles that after the explosion there was no damage. So good for him. ULA is preparing for a launch site. Oh, the major images. Like I said, I retweeted so you can look. Like I said, you can download and look at this. This was 2 hours ago, so they are doing inspections to see how it went with the fire and everything else. And everything on that one. Might as well talk more about space. Let me be right back for a quick moment. Space launch schedule. Let's see what more space schedule we have. Like I said, this won't be a very long segment unless something really bad happens and stuff like that. Okay, what's today? The 12th. This does not correlate with ULA. Anyways, so let me get back to space. Yep, there we go. So July 13th, there is a Vega C Lars 2 launch from French Guiana. They are launching a satellite for the Italian Space Agency. Next, roughly July 14th, there will be a Falcon 9 launched by SpaceX, and this is the cargo resupply mission to the International Space Station. Upon the Dragon cargo ship capsule. Not Crew Dragon, Cargo Dragon. There's some summer. They have a bunch of things. I really don't care about China launches. It's just me. It's just copy off of people. I'm actually really interested in this. I won't be streaming it because I don't have cameras down there, and I don't want to get copyright strike by a bunch of people. So we'll be talking about it once it happens and stuff. A bunch of topics mission by Astra that are, which I believe is NASA. Yep, it is NASA's satellites and stuff. There's a demonstration launch from India. Looking forward to that. August. We have a bunch of things. SLS Artemis 1. I do not have very high hopes for the success of this mission based off of the delays and all the problems that they had during the wet dress rehearsal. I have no faith. That's just me. There's a classified payload for National Recon Office by ULA. Atlas 5, which is ULA. Communications satellites for Luxembourg. Crew 5, Falcon 9, which I can stream as long as I get NASA's permission. Media permission, I have to put a thing in and say, hey, can I stream this? And if they say yes, then it's fine. But, like I said, I have to go through the media process for me not to get copyright striked. But, right now I'm just talking about things that happen and whatnot. What is this? Spacecraft for NASA. Well, Ryan Commission will explore the metallic asteroid Psyche. Oh, this is the name of the asteroid. That's nice. So this is one of the Falcon Heavy launches that SpaceX is doing. They said there was 4 this year that I've heard. Then we have the Soyuz, more Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy. There's the U.S. Space Force mission. Another cargo resupply mission. We're in October time frame, so there's still plenty of launches from between here and December. So. Lots to look forward to. And, yeah. I'm very excited for any more space things. Think that'll be it in terms of space things today. If you guys like it, please, I'm going to be posting this VOD up to YouTube. So, if you guys want me to do more of these, whether it's weekly or monthly, in terms of launches or what's happening in the space community or in terms of science, or I can read some of the papers that's been posted by scientists about the new photos and stuff like that, let me know. If you are in my Discord, also let me know, because I would very much like to know as well. So I will be streaming later tonight for Pog mission. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later tonight.